Have you been struggling with resonant frequencies in your recordings, your music, or even your masters? Well, the good news is that Mastering the Mix has a new plugin out called RESO, which is going to help solve those problems. So if you guys want to learn more about RESO, stick around after this introduction. Welcome everybody, I'm Dan Spencer, and I am the Audio Sorcerer. So this is the channel where I teach you how to perfect your audio recording, mixing, and mastering skills. So before we get to the video, make sure you guys smash that like button. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell to know when I have new videos coming out. So without further ado, today we're talking about Mastering the Mix's RESO. So Tom Frampton at Mastering the Mix was nice enough to send me this plugin. And I just want to let you guys know that everything in this video is my own personal opinion. So I just want to get that out of the way. So the first question we need to answer here is, what is RESO? Well, it is described as a dynamic resonant suppressor. Okay, so what is that? Well, it's going to basically reduce the harsh or annoying resonant frequencies that exist in your music, in your instruments, in your loops, in your overall mix and masters. You can really put this thing on anything. So the idea is this is a correction tool, and it could be used at any part of the music creation stage, okay? So we're gonna use this on an overall mix in this video because I did spend hours going through my large collection of music recordings I have on my computer here, and I had trouble finding any individual tracks that had bad resonant frequencies. So we're going to use it on an overall mix, and when using this on an overall mix, it's going to be subtle, okay? The idea is that maybe it's just going to make it just a smidge bit smoother, and you're going to have to listen very carefully, and you're definitely going to want to listen in headphones for this. So as you guys may know, I really like Mastering the Mix's products, and I did a review/tutorial on Expose 2, and I have the link popping up in the top right corner now. So if you guys also like Mastering the Mix, you guys should definitely check out that video after this one. And if you guys end up liking RESO, I do have a link in the description below where you can purchase it. So with all that being said, let's actually take a look at the RESO user interface, and I will show you how to use it, and then we will actually hear it on a mix. So let's take a look. All right, so this is what the RESO user interface looks like here. There's not a whole lot I can show you yet until we actually play in a song and capture some targets. So let me play the song and we will calculate some targets. Let's give it a listen. All right, so this is what RESO has calculated for us. It is these 5 resonant frequencies right here. They are represented by a red dot with a black plus sign in it. So now that we have that in here, we can either manually edit those nodes, as they're called, or we can engage them all at one time and allow RESO to kind of just do its thing. So before we listen back on that, I want to show you what these other options at the top do. And we're going to start with the frequency sweeper. So the frequency sweeper is located right here, and I'm going to engage it. So now when we play the song, we can actually sweep through the frequencies here and use our ear to try to discover any resonant frequencies. So let me give you an example here. I'm going to hit play. All right, cool. So basically that emulates sweeping through any cue, okay? But it's all done within this plugin. So that could be beneficial if you want to use your ears. I was actually kind of bothered by a frequency down here. I think it was around maybe like 510, but that didn't really show up as an option here. But hey, you can add nodes by simply double clicking. So if I want to add one at 510-ish, just double click. There we go. I got a node there. All right. So the next one we want to go to is called Delta. So I'm going to disable this one. And this is Delta. And this will actually allow you to listen to the actual frequencies that Reso is affecting. Okay, so let's give it a listen. All right, cool. So I actually had to engage the targets for you to hear this one here, as you can see. So I'm actually going to disengage these for now. So let me turn this off here. And this simply here is a bypass. So we can actually bypass this here. That turns it off, and now it is enabled. It also launches the input and output gain here. So you can make adjustments here, and you can link them with this button here. So if you turn up the input gain, it will turn down the output gain so you have proper gain staging and vice versa. Okay, so that is the main controls of Reso here. You have a couple other options here. This is your setting menu here, and you can do a couple extra little settings in here. I'm not going to go over these. This is where you put in your license key here. I have a trial version for a year as of now. And over here with the question mark, you have access to video and user manual and some other help stuff here. Okay, so that's very useful. I love products that actually put the user manual within the plugin because I actually read the user manual. So good thing. All right, so now why don't we actually give the mix a listen, and we're going to engage all the targets here, including the one I put in, and then we'll hear what Reso can do. So we're going to start with it bypass, and then we'll bring it in. So let's give it a listen. All right, so it's super subtle. I could definitely hear it just a little bit, and it's probably a lot because I mixed the song and I know how it sounds. So my question is to you guys, can you hear the difference? If you can, or you can't, let me know in the comments below, all right? So before we get to my final thoughts, let me show you guys some other tips on this here. And one major thing here is when adjusting the nodes, if you guys want to solo them, turn them on or off. As you can see as I hover over one of them, the S button here will solo it. It's now soloed. If I want to turn it off, I can press this little power button right here. And if I want to get rid of it, I can simply hit the X, okay? Now, if I want to move this around, I simply just drag it from left to right. Now, if I want to move it up and down, but don't want it to slide from left to right, I can simply hold the control button on my keyboard and then drag up and down. And you can see it creates that arrow up and down here. Now, if I move my mouse left and right, it's not going to move the frequency left or right. It's just going to allow me to go up and down, okay? It's basically locked into place. And if you want to adjust the cue, you can use your scroll on your mouse, and if you watch the cue, it kind of disappears. You can see it kind of just like that. We go from Q5 to Q29. Now, I see that as a problem, so if you guys at Mastering the Mix are listening, I'm just going one notch on my mouse, and I'm going from all the way up to all the way down. As you can see, that's just one notch, and I can't get back to anywhere in between. So, to my knowledge, I'm not sure how else to adjust the cue. So just a little tip for you guys. Maybe you want to make an adjustment in that in Rev 2. So that's pretty much all you need to know. We already talked about how to create nodes. Just simply double click here. And again, if you want to just drag them around, it's as simple as just dragging them around. Oh, and yes, and if you want to actually get more reduction on that particular frequency, you just pull it down. That's going to get you more reduction. So you can almost look at this as a compressor in that sense. All right, so that was my review slash tutorial on RESO by Mastering the Mix. And as you can see, there's just enough controls in it beyond the AI to get you where you need to be regarding resonant frequencies. And is this plugin for everyone? I would say yes. All of us experience problems with resonant frequencies no matter whether we are a beginner or if we're seasoned. Now, if we're a professional, yes, we can go in with a EQ, we can sweep, and we can notch out those frequencies. But if you're a beginner, you're going to struggle with that. And this plugin just lays it all out for you. So I think that's really cool. Now for myself, I think I'm going to be using this a lot in the mastering stage. So when clients send me music, I like to go through and do kind of a pre-EQ on it initially and kind of just get it where it needs to be on the frequency spectrum. This is going to help me find those really bad frequencies and take them out right off the bat, okay? So I think it's going to just speed up my workflow. So that for me is how I'm probably going to be using it down the road. So I hope you guys liked this video. And if you guys did, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe because I'm making this content for you, and hit that notification bell to know when I have new videos coming out. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys check out my review slash tutorial on Isotope Tonal Balance Control 2 if you want to learn how to frequency balance your song. So with that being said, until the next time, I will see you guys later, and peace out.